Homes are being built better than they were a few decades ago to account for the Oklahoma severe weather season. Many building codes changed after May 20th, 2013. KOCO meteorologist Joseph Neubauer walks us through the structural differences in Oklahoma's new builds.
Moore has some of the strongest building codes in the nation because of our severe weather season. But what about the rest of the OKC Metro? I went around to some of our other communities to see how they stack up.
We're able to prove that these new codes did in fact work.
In 2014, newer and more stringent building code amendments were passed for the city of Moore with the help of the University of Oklahoma. This was the first of its kind for our state.
After the 2013 tornado, we did lose over 1,000 homes that were destroyed by the tornado. So at that time, the City Council looked at our building codes to see if there was a way where we could reduce the amount of loss.
Moore instituted 11 requirements for new residential homes. They added more plywood around new home builds for exterior walls, attached with more anchoring and nailing patterns, even hurricane clips. An upgraded garage door was also a focus as well, a common weak point for homes. It's required to withstand 135-mile-per-hour winds. That's at the lower end of an EF3 tornado.
So we're creating one continuous envelope for the home that is much more resistant to the wind, twisting it and also lifting it off of the foundation.
Moore's building code is rated for up to an EF3 tornado, which may not be on par with an EF5, but they feel like these wind codes do help limit damage on those upper-level tornado events to reduce the damage corridor. The new code was put to the test just 2 years after the 2013 strike. This was the 2015 Moore tornado, an EF2, on March 25th.
We had some buildings that were constructed to the new code, just next door to some that were constructed under the old code. And the ones that were constructed under the new code did withstand that tornadic event where the others were destroyed.
Now, these building codes are requirements, but after 2014, the state legislature offered incentives through insurance companies if these codes were used. For older homes and more, coming into this compliance isn't required, except in the event of repair or additions to the home itself.
How we will get older structures to come into compliance is whenever they do updates to their home.
With Moore having such strict building codes after their 2013 tornado strike, we decided to reach out to nearby Shawnee, a city that's also had a recent tornado strike, theirs back in 2023, an EF2. Now, they say they haven't changed their codes since 2023, but after that EF2 storm, the city issued 109 permits for storm shelter installations. That's up from 54 permits just the year before. In nearby Oklahoma County, the building codes have been updated to the 2018 standard, but they aren't quite as specific as Moore's 2014 changes.
They added additional addendums to their code to strengthen the structural integrity of structures in regards to tornadoes, wind damage. We haven't gone that far.
As you know, Oklahoma County has had some recent strikes from tornadoes in just the last year, 7 tornadoes to be exact, with 2 of the strongest EF3s occurring just this past November. Any changes in Oklahoma County and the unincorporated areas haven't been because of recent tornadoes, although the existing wind codes in the county do account for severe weather.
The old code, 2015, there was a wind load of 120 miles an hour. That has been increased over the years. We're currently on the 2018 code. It's 150 miles an hour.
Every jurisdiction in the state has the ability to add on or tweak the code if they so desire. For changes in Oklahoma County, they've been mostly tied to efficiency, building resiliency, and strength, as well as wind load that, of course, keeps a structure's integrity intact. Codes within the state and even within the county also depend on location and specific situations as well.
As an example, we may have more changes if a home is on a hill. There may be more codes that have to be followed than if there is changes to where the home was at a lower elevation.
Looking ahead across the state, new building codes and ideas are always being explored. Eric says there have been several changes at the state level just after 2024, but implementation of these new codes for new projects here in Oklahoma County may take a while.
There are some structural codes that are going to be coming into effect, especially in 2024. There have been some changes that have taken place, but it'll be a while before we, the county, and other jurisdictions start to adopt that code.
In Oklahoma County, tornado shelters are not required or specified in any of the building codes. Over and more interestingly, in 2015, the Moore community passed a bond issue that actually put storm shelters in every school. Norman has also followed suit.
We do encourage tornado shelters. I will say Oklahoma County, for the unincorporated areas, we do not issue building permits.
And by that, Eric means that the county does not provide any type of discount for building a storm shelter on your property. You're on the hook for it. But he says there is a program put on by the state called Sooner Safe, where you can apply for a rebate on your storm shelter. This program is done once a year. Sooner Safe works like this. You enter, and the selection process for the rebate is random, but you have the possibility of receiving a maximum rebate of $3,000 on your storm shelter per home. This is not to exceed 75% of the actual cost of the safe room that you're putting in. Reporting for KOCO 5, I'm meteorologist Joseph Neubauer.